Okay, thank you. Then we're going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Davenport Community School District Board of Directors to order. And Director Mayfield will be late this evening, but he plans on being here. Director DeSalvo is not here this evening, and I don't know about Director Gosa.
Dan's not going to be
Director Gosa is not going to be here,
here.
but Director Hayes is with us by phone. So, we'll go ahead and get started. Director Kluhl, would you please read our board priorities?
Certainly. The Davenport School Board establishes the following priorities to ensure the academic success of all of our students. Number one, provide leadership and direction to improve the overall learning environment in our classrooms, schools, and district, including the health, safety, security, and happiness of students and staff. Number two, direct and support actions, programs, and activities which reduce the impacts of poverty on our students, their families, and our community.
Thank you. And Director Snyder, would you please read our mission and vision statements?
Mission statement is to enhance each student's abilities by providing a quality education enriched by our diverse community. And the vision statement is education that challenges conventional thinking, prepares all students to compete in a global society, and inspires our students, parents, staff, and the community to answer the question, what if?
Thank you very much. We'll move on to board reports. Are there any? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move into communications. First is open forum. Open forum is a time for members of the community to give input at a board meeting regarding school district issues or concerns. Individuals who want to speak should fill out an open forum request and give it to the board secretary prior to open forum. The board will not act on any issue presented during open forum if it was not published as an agenda item. The Iowa Open Meetings Law prohibits action on any issue that is not on the agenda. The president will set the amount of time allowed for individuals to speak during open forum. The board asks that no charges or complaints be made against individual employees of the district or community during
Oh, try and get her back on.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a fire alarm. The board asks that no charges or complaints be made against individual employees of the district or community during open forum. Remarks that reflect negatively on the character or motives of any person will be called out of order. We only have one open forum request this evening, and this is from John DeTay. John, we'll give you 2 minutes. Why don't you come on up to the microphone, give us your name and address, and tell us what your thoughts are.
Hi, I'm John Dute. I live at 1110 East High Street, and just, I guess, 3 topics. One, Deidre Baker and I want to request more meetings up here because we love doing the steps for cardio, and it's just great exercise, and sitting behind a desk all day this means a lot for us to come up and down these steps for these meetings. So
Come over anytime and use it.
thank you for the cardio. Second is just curious on where we are with the sale of Lincoln. It sounds like there's been 2 public hearings scheduled and 2 public hearings either canceled and postponed. And just as a way to help the community get more engaged in what that sale will look like, if there's anything that you can say tonight, or just give a press release or a press statement on, where we are with that. The RFP really looked promising. That the school board and the administration was really looking for the building to be put to good community benefit, I think, is what the RFP said, or the bidder would need to show in their proposal some community benefit. And it would be good to have, on the flip side of that, what the community sees as that building, how that building can be benefit to us. I know that you have worked with the city on developing a hot map where you have a high density of young people that are having struggles with poverty and attendance rates and dropout, and the city is doing an overlay on blighted properties and nuisance properties, all those social conditions that make an education even more important. And smack dab in the middle of that hot spot is Lincoln School. And to lift that building out as a public resource and a public asset and to turn it over to a private entity for their private gain just seems like a real loss. And the third is I'm not going to testify at the public hearing for the $450,000 for the kitchen. I think that's a great addition to the old J.B. Young, and there will be lots of kids that will benefit from that education. So I thank you for that.
Okay, thank you very much, John. Director Snyder, would you please read our upcoming events?
On Friday, August 4th, summer hours end, and the last Friday of being closed. August 7th at 5:30 p.m. is a committee of the whole at the ASC Jim Hester Boardroom. August 14th at 6 p.m. is a regular meeting, ASC Jim Hester Boardroom. August 22nd at 5:30 p.m. is the LZAC meeting at the ASC Jim Hester Boardroom. August 24th, kids, set your alarm clocks. It's Thursday, first day of school. And on August 28th, 6 o'clock p.m., regular board meeting at the ASC Jim Hester Boardroom.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to the consent agenda. May I have a motion?
Mr. President,
Director Kluhl.
I move that the consent agenda be approved as written.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, we'll call for the vote. Director Kluhl,
Yes.
Director Snyder,
Yes.
Director Hayes.
Yes.
And my vote is yes. Motion carries. Thank you. May I have a motion regarding approval of bills?
Mr. President,
Director Kluhl.
I move that the board approve the following resolution regarding the adoption of bills. The resolution is as follows. Resolved, all claims presented to the board, having been duly certified as correct by the secretary, reviewed by the administration and board members, and they are hereby audited and allowed as just claims and warrants drawn in the treasury for the several amounts. Further resolved, the payment of claims and salaries be approved as presented for the periods of June 22nd, 2017 through July 5th, 2017.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Call for the vote. Director Kluhl,
Yes.
Director Snyder,
Yes.
Director Hayes.
Yes.
And my vote is yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Superintendent report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Obviously not much going on right now. July is a time when most of the administrators take vacation. As you know, we've been anticipating in the most negative way the possibility of moving our network from here over to J.B. Young during this period of time. We picked a time where people would either be gone or we'd have a few holidays. And on Wednesday, we started with no network, and it was supposed to go for a week, so we anticipated and tried to tell everybody we knew to get a hold of us by phone or other means, but by the end of Thursday it was done. And so I haven't been able to congratulate Gary and his department yet because I left on Thursday, not wanting to be any part of that. and just got back today. But they did a great job. It is moved. Part of the issue now is keeping it air conditioned. The permanent air condition which we purchased did not come, so they've got temporary air conditions right now. But I think within a week they should be getting the permanent. Eric, do you know? Wednesday morning. Okay, so we should be good. But that's the excitement that I can report.
Great, thank you. Move on to other items requiring action. May I have a motion regarding approval of bid for ASC at J.B. Young Phase 3 Site Improvements Project?
Mr. President,
Director Cluel.
I move that the board approve the lowest responsive bid of $706,039 to Needham Excavating of Walcott, Iowa for the ASC at J.B. Young Phase 3 Site Improvement Project.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
And I'm going to note that Director Mayfield joined us, and he will be participating in these votes. Is there any discussion on this issue?
Mr. President,
Director Cluel.
just curious, Eric, that project does include that green space parallel to Locust.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Anything else? We're in the discussion phase of the motion. If you'd like to make any, comments, this would be the appropriate time.
Yes, I would.
Go ahead.
I have to vote against this, not because I don't believe you have something started, and I understand the process that you have to finish in order to make this happen. But I have a problem with the events that have taken place as to what we're doing as far as replacing a functioning school with an administration building, a bigger administration building. I do believe that we have a tendency to fill whatever space that we create, meaning that we make a bigger administration building. I do believe we'll have more administrators. Some would say we're going to consolidate what we have around the district. I would like to think that what we do have around the district is strategically placed because it's needed there. So I just cannot vote for the plan to change what's going on at JB. Even though I have voted for it previously, I do intend not to vote for it in the future unless something changes. I think our kids' education is much more important. I'm realizing the displacement that has happened, has been created by moving the administration there. And I'm very concerned about those kids, as we all say we are. But I just happen to see and experience the pains that they feel each and every day, that they have to go to a different school that's been relocated, at least the school that they were attending before. So based on that, you will see that reflected in my vote.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion?
Mr. President?
Director Hayes, are you saying you'd like to say something?
Yes, I have a question. Is the change in occupancy, does that have to do with pre-K?
Do you mean the improvements that we're talking about have to do with pre-K? Is that your question, Director Hayes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Eric?
This particular phase is only the site improvements and only pertains to the outside parking lots and landscaping design.
Well, it said with the change in occupancy, I'm wondering with the pre-K program, does that increase the parking spaces?
Well, as the project as a whole, the pre-K will be part of the change of occupancy. We're changing the occupancy regardless, moving from an education building to mostly an office building. There'll be some assembly space for the boardroom and other things, but we are working with the city and we don't expect any issues with the occupancy with the pre-K being there.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional discussion? I'll call for the vote. Director Kluhl,
Yes.
Director Snyder,
Yes.
Director Mayfield,
No.
Director Hayes,
Yes.
and my vote is yes. Motion carries. Thank you. May I have a motion regarding approval of plans and specifications for the ASC at J.B. Young?
Mr. President,
Director Snyder.
I move that the board approve the administration's recommendation on the plans and specifications for the ASC at J.B. Young Phase 4 kitchen improvements.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
You have to do a public hearing.
Oh, excuse me.
I've got it right there in your packet.
I didn't see that.
It's in your packet right there.
We will now hold a public hearing on the plans for the ASC at J.B. Young Phase 3 project. The notice was published in the Quad City Times on Friday, June 29th, 2017. Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please step forward to the microphone. State your name and address for the record. Seeing and hearing none, I now declare the public hearing closed. Is there any additional discussion on this matter? Director Snyder.
Are we moving any of the equipment that's currently at Central for ProStart over to J.B. Young, or are we providing them all with new equipment?
For the most part, we're providing them with new equipment. My understanding is their current equipment doesn't meet the commercial grade. What they have more is a residential grade. We are preserving some of the equipment that the Food and Nutrition Services left for us at J.B. Young. We are reusing that as much as we can.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping to hear, because I've heard from people associated with the ProStart that it's hard to prepare for what the kids have to do with the equipment that they have, that it isn't,
Yeah.
I guess, up to par with
It's
some
not
of the things
commercial
that...
equipment.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes, Superintendent Tate would like to say something.
The ProStart movement, and we didn't know exactly where it was going to move or upgrade, was in our 10-year plan for year 4 or 5 for $1.5 million. So having the opportunity to move it to a J.B. Young facility where it really, we've got the kitchen and we have the place where they can serve and we have a place for classroom, really is a dream come true for them. So it's going to really ramp up that program what we can provide. So I'm happy to see this.
Thank you. Any additional discussion? Okay, we'll call for the vote. Director Snyder.
Yes.
Director Kluhl.
Yes.
Director Mayfield.
No.
Director Hayes.
Yes.
And my vote is yes. Motion carries. Thank you. We have no discussion items. Are there any administrative reports?
There are none.
We do have one board request. This is from Director Snyder. Date 7/10/17, agenda item. Ask the policy committee to review the boundary policy to see if there is room to make exceptions. The reason for the request is to review the policy to discuss the ramifications in allowing exceptions to the boundary policy. Is there a second?
Second.
The question, when would you like this information or agenda item? When it could be scheduled and the administration would have time to gather their comments. Thank you very much for that. No other board requests? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm not sure I heard a majority.
Aye.
Otherwise, I would have a roll call vote.
I was
Okay.
looking for something else. That's
All
all.
right, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.